nature, most plants produce an overabundance of seed, but most of that seed never survives to develop into a seedling. The primary reason for that is that there's many seed predators out in the wild that consume seed. And so the majority of the seed gets consumed. The three primary seed predators are white-footed mice, chipmunks, and squirrels. And then there's several secondary predators, different types of birds like turkey, grouse, smaller birds like sparrows that feed on seed, and different types of insects that also consume and destroy seeds. So for the most part, very few seeds survive to develop into a seedling. But with direct seeding, we're going to take certain steps to ensure that more seed survives to develop into seedlings. In the process of direct seeding, you're going to take several measures to make sure that more of the seed survives predation and will develop into seedlings. The first step is to introduce large amounts of seed. The more seed you put into an area, the more likely that some of that seed is going to survive and develop into seedlings. The second measure is you're going to plant the seed in the soil, where the seed has contact with the soil, and that's necessary for the seed to germinate and to grow. And the third measure, you're going to make sure that the species that you're planting in the environment is suitable with the habitat where you're planting. So one of your objectives when you're planting seed or direct seeding is to thoroughly cover an area. So you want to hit as many sites as possible. You don't want to spend a lot of time on any particular site, but be very quick and efficient. So the first step is you can just take your foot and kind of rake the leaf litter aside, just burying the ground, and then you can take a square spade, short-handled spade like this, just kind of loosen the top inch of soil enough to where you can get the seed in, and then you're just going to take a pinch of seed, just a few seeds, drop them on the soil, and then just kind of smooth the soil back over, press it in with your foot, put the leaves back over, and then move on to the next site. So you're spending just a few seconds per site. Also, when you plant the seed, I often mix several species that are all suitable for this particular habitat, mix it together, and so you're planting several species of seed in the same area. And that way it allows nature to decide which seeds will grow best, and it makes it more efficient in covering the area. So then you can move on to the next site. Do the same thing. Just loosen the soil a little bit. Drop a few seeds. Kick the soil back over. Press it in with your foot. And move on to the next site. With most seed, you don't want to plant it too deep. Most of the seed is very fine. So when you loosen the soil, you just want to sprinkle it on the surface, probably no more than an inch deep. But with some seeds like acorns, hickory nuts, hazelnuts, you can plant them a little bit deeper. So you can make a little bit of a trench. Plant them maybe 2 to 3 inches deep. So you got the acorn, just put it in the hole, and then kick the soil back over it and press it in. Firm it up well, kick the leaves back over. So the larger seeds you can plant a little bit deeper to make a little more of a trench, and that will help them survive the seed predators a little bit better, and the larger seeds have more energy. They can emerge from deeper in the soil, where the fine seed needs to be on the soil surface. With very fine seed, you can just sprinkle it right on the top. Sometimes you don't even have to loosen the soil. Just expose the soil, sprinkle a little seed, kick the leaves back over it. That's pretty much what happens in nature. The I'm going to give you a little demonstration of how to seed an area and cover it thoroughly and how quickly it actually goes. So we just kick the leaves away, loosen the soil a little bit, take a few seeds, sprinkle them, firm them up, move on to the next area. Well, this demonstration shows you how quick and easy direct seeding can be. So just to go over some of the finer points, first thing, you want to collect large amounts of seed. You want to thoroughly cover an area with that seed, and it goes very, very quickly. You want to introduce as many different species as you can into an area to increase the diversity of the plant species here. It's really important just to get the seed in the ground, in the soil, because if the seed isn't here, it's never going to, the seed's not going to germinate, you're not going to have those plants here. But by introducing the seed, that seed's present here, and a lot of it will germinate and grow and develop, and in a few years those plants will start to produce seed themselves and continue the whole process. So right here we have this silver maple woods. There's not a whole lot of native species on the forest floor or no understory. So by introducing those species, you're adding a lot of diversity, and costs basically nothing, just some time, a little bit of knowledge. Get the seed, put it in site, and let nature do the rest. As evidence that direct seeding works, here is a cluster of plants that was direct seeded. The plants are bloodroot, false almond seal, and spice bush. Here is another cluster of blue cohosh and false almond seal. For more information on establishing native plants in the wild, purchasing native trees and shrubs, or many other nature-related topics, go to whiteoaknursery.biz.